Hi guys, today's video the subject is on the versatility of locks, whether one should choose traditional locks or latched locks such as sister locks, twisty locks, braid locks. Latch locks is any kind of locks that you use a tool and you're basically hooking or I don't like to use the word weaving, but you are hooking and weaving and tangling up the hair on itself, but you're using a tool to do it. Whereas with traditional locks, you will do the palm roll method, or you may braid it and just let it go. We're not talking about organic locks now, which is locks that you don't even manipulate too much. You just let it just go however it wants to go. So the versatility of latched or traditional locks. All right. I think both of them are very versatile. It depends on how fine you do your lock. It doesn't matter if it's traditional or latched. The smaller the lock, the more versatility you will have, in the sense that it'll be like looser flowing hair, and that you would have a softer silhouette. And when I say softer silhouette, a jarring silhouette is, let's say like for this hairstyle, I have it flipped. Since I have so many small locks, it is more filled in and more smooth. Whereas if I had thicker locks, it'll be more of a ropey type hairstyle, which is fine. It's whatever anyone's preference is. Now, the distinction between traditional and latched is that with latched, you can get very fine. You can get very fine with the lock because it has strength in the fact that it's being tangled up on itself. Also, you you can wash your hair more often with the latched locks, whereas the way how traditional locks are set up, you have a grace period. All locks have a grace period, but the grace period is shorter for others and longer for others. An example with the latch locks where you can wash it more often. Because it's, you don't need any product when you latch locks, whereas traditional locks, there's a tendency to want to use products to hold the hair together. Whereas when you're latching locks, since you're twisting it up on itself, that's pretty much holding it together depending on how straight your hair is. Okay, as far as styling, this is a big difference. Okay. With traditional locks, if you're using the palm rolling method, you have the tendency to use product, you twist it, and you sit under the dryer or you air dry. With latch locks, there's no product, and there isn't any sitting under the dryer unless you want to or you plan on styling your hair, which includes setting lotion or so forth if you choose to sit under the dryer. I'm a person who doesn't like to sit under the dryer. I don't even like putting curlers in my hair, and pretty much I've devised ways to get curly looks without doing that. Now, with latch locks, it acts more of a free strand from the base, meaning that when your hair comes straight out of your base, let's take this lock here. Okay, this is coming straight out of my scalp. When it's latched, you're basically braiding it back down to the scalp, but the hair is free to move. So it's like free movement or free flowing hair. Whereas with traditional, you have the tendency to twist it, and then it lies down flat on the head, and so then it lies down flat, then it springs out for movement. After the hair has been settled for a while or dry, then it'll have that free flowing movement. I mean, some people really don't study that, but that's what I noticed over the years. Also with latch locks, it tends to be a little bit more fuzzier compared to traditional, because in traditional, when you use the product and you palm roll, you have a smooth, like a gel twist. It's very smooth and shiny and straight looking until the hair grows out, and then the texture shows through. So it's a matter of preference. Whichever one you choose, it is important that you know where you're going. If you want free flowing, smoother, softer silhouettes, you go finer. If you just want to have your hair locked and you don't care about the silhouette and you want a more chunkier, robust look, then you go bigger. See, my phone fell. Hold on. You go bigger. If you have hair conditions that requires you to wash your hair more often, latch locks are more of the way to go. It doesn't really matter what size. Also, if you have traditional locks, you can always convert them to latch locks, but latch locks in that size. I have a friend, she has traditional locks, and I think about 2 years or 3 years ago, she started latching it instead of palm rolling it. And she noticed the differences. The hair is a little bit fuzzier because of the friction from looping the hair on itself. And she had the freedom and movement to style her hair from the root in any direction. And with latched locks, it's not as much, it has a fuller effect on the scalp. Whereas traditional, when you palm roll it, it's more, you see more of the scalp. Well, these are just the observations that have had over the years with locks. So decide based on the type of hairstyles you want, how polished you want it to look, or how organic. With the sister lock method, there's a grid. And they do a grid so you can part it any which way, so it can line up, like if you have just loosed out hair. But there are some who technically have the sister lock technique but don't have the grid. So it's really all your preference. It's all on you. So I hope that helps. PR Charles, signing off. Bye.